Hey there, fellow Voyagers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky. Episode 13, we're going to need a better suit. At the start of the stream here, I want you guys to vote on what I work on next. So, just to recap, like, where we stand now, my exosuit has some upgrades, not many, but some upgrades. My Starship, which is the Kellyan, is our little, Corvette. And, it's got some basic components. It's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's decent. And the multi-tool is a Class A, and it's got room for improvement, but again, it's got some weapons and the like. So we're in a pretty good position to kind of do whatever we want. Oh, hello. Hi. That's awkward. Given that I had, like, killed him last. I wonder if he wants me to say hello. Whoa, holy hell, frame rates. The game was like, we're gonna just take a moment to, like, load the atmosphere while you're running around. So this has obviously come back online since I was last here. Shut down. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really want that multi-tool. Because it's been like 2 weeks since I've been here, the sentinels on this planet had respawned and reactivated, because it's not permanent when you deactivate them. And in seeing that, I just shut them down. Because it's fun to get free loot. Alright. So in terms of the priority, there is a whole bunch of stuff in the major updates that we could pursue if you guys wanted to. Each major update, generally speaking, added like some sort of sub-feature that you can explore, when progressing through the game. And a lot of the updates, much like Sentinel ship hunting and the like, you have to like seek out on purpose. You don't like stumble into it. So if you did want me to do any of that, major update content, we would likely need to seek it out on purpose. Alright. As far as the current secondary missions that I've got going on, we have the primary missions, which I'm like totally fine with ignoring because I've done them and they're not all that interesting once you've done them once. For community, I don't need to worry about that. So there's always more modules to add to the Corvette. There is the pirate system. There is more information about the base computer. You can track black holes. I'm gonna abandon this search for platinum because I don't need it. And then there is the salvage sites for Sentinel interlopers that I'm going to get rid of as well because we were only doing that for the multi-tools. So I don't really need to keep track of that stuff either. And then for the mission radar, yeah, nothing super sexy. Alright, looks to me like improving the exosuit is going to be the popular option. So let's get ourselves up to a station and buy a map for that. That's what's going to be ideal. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to improve your exosuit. Let's see. I don't yet have Has gauntlets, but I think, like, more slots, tech slots in the primary suit is going to be more important than anything. With that said, I actually might do a jump to a new system. So, Improve the exosuit. The reason to jump to the new system is every new system that you go to, you can expand your suit. So here we go. This little solar system we'll have to do. And you can go to the station and also the Atlas. So you get like 2 free upgrades. Why is my drive bay... Did I really leave it open? Oh. You know, I guess I'll help you. Whoa, don't hit me. So this is a fight where pirates are fighting a freighter, and the freighter's calling for help. And it's more pirates than... Oh, I might have shot the freighter accidentally. It's more pirates than you would normally fight. But you're not the only defender. Bonk. And the freighter pilot is going to... Well, you'll see, I guess. Oops. Use the rocket law wrong. Come on. Our shields are kind of low, but I think we'll make it through without needing to worry about that. So there's 2 left. Load some sodium up into our shields. There's 1 left. Come on. And they're dead. Civilian fleet saved from pirates. Gek very happy, and they want to talk to me. Friend is not go friend. Yeah. Alright, they're gesturing for me to board their freighter. Sure. I mentioned this maybe last stream, but boarding a freighter on a Corvette is a little bit different. You don't fly into it. It's these, like, docking points that you land on. Ooh, good, I'm a nuisance. Wait, no. I don't mean to be breaking my own ship. There we go. It wasn't, like, latching me on. So then you're sort of, like, parking out here in space. With that said, don't jump out, because you'll just float around in space. What you're supposed to use is this button here to beam aboard their freighter. And then you can beam back to your Corvette in the same way. So you don't dock with it internally like you would if you had a normal ship. Like these ships are. Wow, there's a lot of ships in this freighter. And who wants to talk to us? You? Yeah. So in this case, we can make an offer to buy the freighter. It's a B-class freighter. You guys didn't vote for me to get a freighter. I just wanted to show you that you can, you know, claim freighters this way. There's other ways to do it. If you find any freighter out there, you can just, like, board it and make an offer. Alright, back to the suits. Oh, good. I was wondering if you could walk around it to get to the other side, or if you had to go the hard way. Well, he's welcome. Now, let's get over to upgrade our... No, don't land! Oh, god dang it. I didn't want to be here. I guess I could just use autopilot. But for future reference, I will have to fly very far away from the freighter before I aim for the hub. It's funny, the first time I came to this freighter, I didn't want to, I wanted to land, but it wouldn't let me, and now I didn't want to land, and it was like, ha, you're landing. Against your will. Like you do. Well, this is a weird looking station. I thought it doesn't let you leave the pilot seat while you're landing. Did they change this in the latest update? Must have, because I wasn't allowed to do this just moments ago. Alright, so now that we're on a station, it would be a good opportunity for me to offload stuff I don't want. I think there's basically nothing in my inventory worth keeping, like mod-wise, so I can sell it all. And I'm not trying to max out my money or anything like that, so I don't really care about trying to hold on to this stuff for its economic value or any sort of task. I'm just trying to empty out my inventory so it doesn't fill up, so I can keep doing what I want to be doing. Good enough. If I had more internal storage in my Corvette, I could consider keeping more junk, but I don't have a lot of internal storage, so getting rid of everything I don't need is important. All right, I'm here for suits. So probably the easiest way is to just get the exosuit upgrades. Every time you visit a new station, gets you a little bit more tech slots. What can I install? Shield lattice? Ooh, I wouldn't mind that. Antimatter and sodium nitrate, got it. Let's plan on making that at some point, because that would be an exosuit improvement. Because my suit doesn't fare all that well in hostile environments yet. I don't have a lot of resistance. The other things I don't necessarily need. Ooh. A Corvette defense shield. I might hold on to that to put it on. Yeah, that's probably all I want to sell. Get rid of this. This. There we go. Just trying to tidy up. While I'm here, I have enough nanites that we can also look at some of the modules. So they have movement module. How many do I currently have installed? One. Okay, I have room for another one. So let's buy it. Perfect. So this is another fuel efficiency, jetpack tank, recharge rate, etc. That should be pretty helpful. Another thing I can do is head over to the Anomaly next and see what other techs I can buy, like the unlock techs that I can buy, and to put that in the suit as well. Alright, do you have sodium? I know I have regular sodium, but if I could just buy sodium nitrate, that would be great. And that would be a no. Okay. So next stop is the Anomaly. To expand our suit. Oh, actually, no. Before I leave here, where is my nav maps? I think my nav maps are in the Corvette. Because there's another way to improve your suit, which is to go to like an exosuit upgrade on a planet. And I haven't done one of those, and I would like to demonstrate like every little bit of content. So to that end, it makes sense for me to trade in my nav data for that. And then I have the antimatter that was needed to install the shield lattice. Afternoon to you too. Okay. You are Mr. Navigator? Mr. Cartographer? So, we're going to want exosuit upgrade chart. And then once we get down on a planet, we can activate the chart, and it will point us to an exosuit upgrade location. Oh, and I still have other junk to sell. Well, I can... Yeah, I'll sell it here. Just trying to clear out my, my inventory. And yeah, I could use the Corvette parts. I was actually thinking of installing it, because it should raise my shields or something. So we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Alright, Kellyan. Let's modify you. And we have a new part. Maybe? Where is it? Yep, defense field. So, a little bit extra shield strength. Looks good. We only had one of them, but we'll stick it on top. Perfect. Apply the edits. And now if we take a look, it has that brand new defense field sitting on top. Feel like I just abducted 4 R2-D2s and stuck it on the top of my ship. But regardless, it is helpful. Little extra shields. Alright, let's call on the Anomaly now. And if we go to the Starship, the defense fields is here. And it has an adjacency bonus. And it got installed where it already has an adjacency bonus, so I don't really have to worry about that. Come on, ship. Forward! Alright, so before we go planetside for the exosuit upgrade, summon the Anomaly, and get a suit upgrade, and then see what other techs... I know, for one, I don't have the Hazgauntlets, and then some of the other stuff that the Hazgauntlets lead to, and there's probably other suit tech, like, jump pack starters and the like. So, if you want me to improve my exosuit, there's a lot more technology that I could add to it. That I should add to it. Can I get up from this seat too? Oh, that I can. Nice. So for the for one of the suit upgrades that I already queued up, I need some sodium nitrate. So I'm going to refine a little bit of it. How much sodium nitrate did it need? I needed 30 or 44, whatever. Okay. Looking good. It's crazy how much of a difference just a little bit of suit tech can make come survival. You know, with a little bit of extra shields and a little bit extra has protection, what would otherwise be like you're instantly dead on this planet becomes like a, oh, this is survivable. So there's the shield lattice. That should be over here. And that's going to give me a blanket 20% has protection, which is kind of nice. That way, when I'm on hostile planets, my hazard protection does not wear off so fast, because it is pretty quick. Especially on those, like, super hot planets. Alright, stop broadcasting the expedition. I don't care about the expedition rewards. No, I don't want them. I don't want them. There. Now, hopefully we'll stop blasting me with, hey, guess what? You can collect stuff. Like, I know, and I don't care. I don't want it. You can't force it. So, some other things that my series is missing. Obviously, as you may be able to tell, I focused mostly on mobility and tank ability, so that I can move around planets quicker and absorb shots better or whatever. Oh, that should be over there. But I don't have a lot of utility when it comes to suits. So, given that I don't have a lot of utility when it comes to suits, it would be nice to start to add utility to my suits as well, like the Has Gauntlets and others. And here we go. Here's another slot. And this is a supercharged slot. Ooh. So I have a supercharged slot for movement here, and a supercharged slot for... let's see. I could do boosted hazard protection for another 5%. But probably core health, shield strength is worth boosting more than that. So let me move these things around a little bit. So more core health, more shield strength, keeping me alive. Because I don't have a lot of death so far, and I'd prefer to keep it that way. Yep. Alright, so this is the Exosuit Researcher. And this is what I do not have. So, the specialized shields here, the way they work is you refill them with a certain resource, and it's like a second layer of defense. It doesn't increase your, like, blanket resistance, so I generally don't install those really early on, unless I want to spend a lot of time on one specific type of planet. Because, like, the radiation deflector is not going to do anything for me if I'm not on a radiation world, for instance. So it's just a waste of space otherwise. But it will boost my resistance. So it's a nice to have, not a need to have, unless I find myself living on a specific planet for a long time. The airburst engine allows you to do airborne recharging, which is really useful for those types of planets that have like massively high mountains, and you like jump off of a high mountain and you want to recharge your jump packs midair. That can be a real lifesaver. Rocket boots. Now, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe rocket boots doesn't work so well in conjunction with like punch jump packing. So I think the meta is to not do rocket boots because the punch launch is better. Because this mostly has you go up, whereas punch launch has you go horizontal. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was my understanding the last time I played. Efficient water jets, only really useful if I'm going underwater a lot, obviously. So I think probably the extra stuff that I would want here would be aeration membrane, so that I could do more efficient breathing. But this is, another underwater one. We could do, oxygen rerouter. But, yeah, that might not be terrible. But I definitely want the Has Gauntlets so I can harvest, hazardous substances. That's going to be really helpful. Alright, let's see what else we're going to want to buy right now. I have a lot of nanites, but I don't necessarily want to spend them all here. So the personal refiner is really useful. It gives you like a small refiner. It's not a multi. It's not as flexible as like the one installed on ship. And because I already have the ship one, even though it gets up to tier 2, it's like a medium refiner. Because I already have the ship one, I don't really need this. The trade rocket is like. Again, I have a Corvette that has like built-in mega storage, so not super useful. The exoskiff is for fishing. And then on the right, it just helps you automatically translate some additional words so you can understand what people are saying. That's not necessarily a terrible thing to install, but I would say that's probably going to wait until I have a lot more slots. So let's also install the airburst engine. And those will be the two that I try to add to my suit. So we'll do airburst engine and the has gauntlets. That's what we'll add this time around. You never understood the translation mod? So you're not going to see it work. Like, let's say you know 0 Gek words and you have all 3 translation mods that are in, like, adjacency with one another. It's just going to automatically translate, like, something like 8 words of the sentence. It's most helpful when you know most of a language, but not every last word. What it will allow you to do is translate every last word. Whereas if you don't know any of the language, it's going to translate just select pieces of the language. It's mostly helpful when you go to, like, those factories for blueprints and the like, and you have to make a choice of, like, you know, oh, do I shut down the valves or do I flood the system? And you're, like, not sure because the prompt is, like, all gook and helps you interpret that stuff. So it fulfills, like, sort of a niche purpose, and I like it. I just don't like it enough to fill the rest of my my exosuit with that stuff, because I'm out of room. This is a great game to chill after work, yes. No Man's Sky is a phenomenal game, and it really only got better with time. And it's definitely a chill game. It depends, you know, taking it at your own pace, of course. On permadeath, hard difficulties, it's going to be full sweat. But, like, on easy difficulties, you can definitely chill in this game, no problem. Alright, so what do I need? I need chromatic metal and phosphorus. I don't have enough phosphorus, and in this case, I wouldn't mind mining it myself, just as a thing to do. And I thought I had chromatic metal. I really don't. Weird. I swear I bought a giant... maybe I died with it or something. I thought I had a giant bulk amount of chromatic metal. And then for the Has gauntlets, I need 20 sodium nitrate and more chromatic metal. So I need... Chromatic metal could be like copper that's smelted. That's not going to be too hard to... Oh, no, here it is. Where is this? What inventory is this? I have it. I just don't know what inventory it is. And then I need 20 sodium nitrate. So chromatic metal is in... It must be in my ship store. And I just overlooked it. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Derp. Big derp. So I think all I'm going to end up needing for this installation is some phosphorus, which is obtained on Hot Worlds. So I'll go get that. I'm going to make 10 more than I needed just to round it. So the Has gauntlets allow me to harvest things that would be otherwise dangerous for me to touch. So think of, like, toxic plants, hot plants, spiky plants, etc. And it works automatically. So previously, when I went to harvest it, it would be like, no, you can't touch this. Now I can touch it. That's all it does. So the plan is for me to get down to a hot planet and use the exosuit map and also find phosphorus. So the current priority is to install the airburst engine, and then I'll take a new priority. Is this a hot planet? Activated. So it is a radioactive planet that's got superstorms. You can tell. Planets that have activated anything have superstorms. That's a cold planet. So cold, unknown. This one kind of looks hot. I know I could autopilot to it. So if I wanted to autopilot to it, how would I do that? Autopilot management. Autopilot to... Oh. Never mind. I guess that really doesn't work. It's this world that I wanted to potentially go to. That's a hot planet, but it does not have phosphorus. Can you have multiple turrets on the Corvette? Yes. You can install turrets standard, like turrets and weaponry. So I already have multiple weapons on my turret. I have a rocket launcher and photon cannons, but you can add more photon cannons if you wanted. So this is another super hot world, but no, no phosphorus. And there's one more to search. Looking at my map. Oh, I see the marker. It is behind this big planet. Activated copper, ammonia, okay, so none of these planets in the system are going to be worth landing on. That does allow me to jump to a new system and potentially get 2 more exosuit upgrades. So I don't really mind doing that in the search for phosphorus. I could also go to the catalog and search for phosphorus, or return back to some of the planets that I've already explored for phosphorus. But because I want to improve my exosuit, I might as well just go to new systems, because the new systems are going to allow me to expand my exosuit. So it's like 2 birds, 1 stone. And I still have more nanites, so if I find a good a vendor that has a good blueprint for me to buy, I could also buy that too. Because I'm always on the lookout for better tech. Wow, this station is very pink. Nah, great. Now I have Steven Tyler's stupid song stuck in my head. Ugh. What is going on with this station? It's like a birth announcement. Congratulations, it's a pink. I should just check out their Oh, it's a Class A. Of course it is. I have a Class A. It's just funny. I was like, oh, I should look at the multi-tools whenever I come to a new station, because, you know, they might be better. Although I prefer the Sentinel-style multi-tool anyway. Alright. There we go. Got another slot. Whoa! Not a single S to be seen. Well, forget you. There was a non-zero chance I could just buy the phosphorus, but for whatever reason, I kind of wanted to mine it up myself. Because I usually just purchase it and, you know, sweat equity matters occasionally. So let's do some sweat equity here and actually labor to find it. But after I summon the Space Anomaly for another exosuit upgrade. I wish there was an easier way to just, like, get onto the Anomaly. Ooh, Vile Brood and Aggressive Sentinels. That's a spicy planet. Hey guys, you want to visit a planet that is absolutely trying to kill you in every way possible? It's this one, because I think there was also megastorms on that planet. It had activated stuff. So, yeah. Rough. What would happen if I jumped out right now? I don't want to die, because I have an inventory full of stuff, so I'm not going to learn what that would do to me. It's like, G-forces have ripped your body apart. Congrats! Wish it was easier to get an anomaly in what way? I wish I didn't have to run so far to get up to, like, the blueprint vendors. You know, this run. because the station is expansive and massive, and it takes a long time to run through it. Fortunately, I do have a bunch of the like sprinting stamina mods installed on my suit already, so I'm not like, it doesn't take me forever, but it is not fast. Yep, there we go. Another slot. And the offerings of that vendor, whatever their name was, I forget, doesn't change. In No Man's Sky, there's a concept of like blueprints and upgrades, and they just sell like blueprints. I might be having the terminology wrong, but basically something like a Has Gauntlet or the upgraded radiation. No, that's not true. The hazard protection are just like standard equipment, and then the things that with percentages are non-standard equipment. Well, not that one, but the other boosts here, these like S tier boosts and the like, they're non-standard equipment that have, you know, that you can only have X amount of on your suit. I'm not explaining this well, but the TLDR is once you buy all the blueprints from the vendors on the Anomaly, you're done. And they never, unless the game updates and they release new ones, it's not like you'll be missing out. Oh, there's a port pad on the left that's a little faster. That's good to know. All right, so back to looking for phosphorus. Tropical. No superstorms. Hot, but not phosphorus. So this is the one that's like... Oh no, I was wrong. It doesn't have superstorms. There's no activated copper. So 2/3 trying to kill you, not 3/3. Come on, that's what I want to scan. The game's like, are you sure? Yes. The Saturn-looking thing. Hello? There it goes. Phosphorus! Sweet! So we have our phosphorus world. Let's make landfall, look for some phosphorus. At some point, it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to get uranium for the launch thruster, and then make some like warp cells or something like that, because we're eventually going to run out of fuel for jumps. And if I'm not mistaken, we need about 100 phosphorus. And then the airburst engine will be done. And then on top of that, we'll also do the exosuit upgrade chart while we're down there too. Yes, this also has Corvette parts. So if you guys voted for me to upgrade my Corvette, this would also be a place to go. So one of my favorite features of the Corvette is this, where if you're trying to harvest resources from a planet, you don't have to land, right? Because I can just like leave the seat, pop open my visor and go, all right, where is phosphorus? Right there. I don't know if it's closest, but it's good enough. And then hop back in the ship, which I will endeavor not to land constantly. Wow, this planet looks post-industrial. It looks a bit rough, if you will. Then we can hover over the point, jump out of the seat again, hop down, mine, come back, we're done. Bada bing, bada boom, no problem. Ouch. Where is the phosphorus? Oh, there it is. How do you change the size again? I always forget that. G? No. R and Q? Yeah. Or R and T, yeah. Because I don't want to go to other phosphorus nodes. Just, although this one looks to be pretty tiny. And what I'm referencing here is, if you make your reticle very small, you get more resources. If you make a reticle really big, you just mine quicker. So the default is the trade-off between the two. But if you make your reticle smaller, you'll just get more bang for your buck. And I need 12 more phosphorus and we're done. The dev said that they didn't mean for you to be able to scan without making landfall, and they just like left it in. Yeah, it's convenient. All right, I'm getting a little bit more than I needed just so that I have some phosphorus on hand. And then the next thing I wanted to do, or the last thing I wanted to do here, is get the exosuit. So what do you want me working on next after I use the exosuit upgrade chart? That'll be up to you. There's the beam. Oh yeah, right on the mountainside. Super easy. Good job, me. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Voyagers.